if we find out na ang computation ito na binigay po ninyo sa amin base sa submission ninyo dito sa mga nakareceive ng IRM at ginamit natin tong computation na to, talaga niloloko tayo ng PhilHealth.
So, you can go to hell. Mr. Obama, you can go to hell.
My God, I hate drugs.
O ninyo, no? On how you arrive para doon sa distribution po natin sa IRM. Parang hindi po siya nagbabalanse eh. Ano? Ito pong average reimbursement per day nyo na minumultiply nyo sa number of days covered. Pag binalanse po natin dito kanina, I was listening to Congresswoman Kimbo eh. And now, ngayon ko lang na-realize, Mr. Chairman, that sa Visayas and Mindanao ay tigisa rin lang. So, parang yung computation ninyo ay mali. And that's the reason why, Mr. Chairman, we need a further computation para makita natin kung itong ginawa nilang formulasyon on how to arrive on the IRM fund is really correct or meron silang pinapaboran ng mga ospital. So, if we find out na ang computation ito na binigay po ninyo sa amin base sa submission ninyo dito sa mga nakareceive ng IRM at ginamit natin tong computation na to, talaga niloloko tayo ng PhilHealth, Mr. Chairman. So, I think, Mr. Chair, we need a further analysis on this computation in relation dun sa mga ospital na nakareceive ng IRM. And in that case, Mr. Chairman, malalaman po natin kung tama yung distribution nila according sa formulation.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker Fernandez. Honorable Garin.
Mr. Chair, in relation to the Southern Philippines Medical Center, I was Secretary of Health for 1 year and 5 months. Sa experience ko po, one of the most efficient, organized hospitals in our country is Southern Philippines Medical Center. It is highly comparable to many private institutions in Metro Manila. Bakit po marami silang pasyente? Dahil ito po ang naging mukha ng ideal government hospital wherein even the private patients and even the private hospitals all over Mindanao refers to that hospital. So in fairness, Mr. Chair, I would agree that we have to look at IRM as a mechanism that can be abused. But if you look at SPMC or the Southern Philippines Medical Center, they have been a consistent top-notcher in PhilHealth funds because they have exemplified and perfected the mandate by which they actually get their earnings from PhilHealth, reinvest it for further services, and make it a premier hospital in the whole of Mindanao. They have PET scan, they have all the services that every Mindawanon would always aspire, unlike before that they have to fly to Manila. Bottom line is, SPMC made possible every health service available in Manila has been made available in Mindanao because of SPMC. And in my 1 year with PhilHealth, I have never encountered any suspicion or report related to fraud and related to SPMC. That's for the record, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, our Senior Deputy Minority Floor Leader, the Honorable Garin. May I now recognize the Honorable Gasataya is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, at sa lahat ng mga kasama natin. Mr. Chair, I know it's quite late, no? So instead of asking some questions to PhilHealth, may I just make a very brief manifestation, Mr. Chair. In line with the IRM, just bring to the attention of the central office. In Bacolod City, Honorable Chair, we have a regional hospital. No? This is the Corazon Luxin Montelibano Memorial Regional Hospital, Honorable Chair. Since March up to the present, this hospital caters to moderate as well as severe cases of COVID-19. Last March 18, Honorable Chair, they sent a letter of intent addressed to the central office of PhilHealth And last July 7, we signed a memorandum of agreement, between PhilHealth and the said regional hospital. This was endorsed by the regional office to the central office. But when I look at the records of PhilHealth from their website, medyo nahirapan po akong hanapin yung pangalan ng hospital na nabigyan ng release ng IRM last July 31. At present, Honorable Chair, just today, the hospital has 32 cases in its COVID ward. 20 are positive and 12 are waiting for results. The hospital has 29 health personnel who became positive with COVID-19, 8 doctors, 4 nurses, and 17 non-medical staff. Since March until July 11, they already handled 118 COVID-19 patients, Honorable Chair. So dito makikita natin that this government hospital kailangan ng tulong in terms of IRM. So we don't understand the central office of PhilHealth kung bakit sa lahat ng mga hospitals sa buong Western Visayas, isa lang yung nabigyan nila at the rest hindi po nakatanggap, kasama na po dito yung regional hospital po dito sa lungsod ng Bacolod. So I hope that in the next hearing, Honorable Chair, PhilHealth can come up with a clear policy kung sino ba yung dapat unahin. We understand that in the first phase, there are a lot of cases in NCR, but right now, mataas na din po yung cases namin dito sa Western Visayas. And just a brief manifestation, Honorable Chair, earlier in the hearing, the Honorable Chair Alvarado mentioned that the said hospital has a collectibles to PhilHealth of about 134.6 million pesos. Last Monday, I was informed, because I wrote a letter to PhilHealth, that they are now reconciling the claims between PhilHealth and the Corazon Locsin Montelibano Memorial General Hospital. So hopefully that can be addressed, because this government hospital in Bacolod City, this regional hospital, really needs the funding to continue its operation as well as its molecular laboratory, Mr. Chair. So maraming salamat po at magandang gabi sa lahat.
Dr. Vargas, I joined the Honorable Gasataya with this demand. Hindi to request, it is a demand. Kasi po ang sabi ninyo, nakita ko kayo sa Senate hearing, ang sinasabi ninyo, hindi kasi nag-submit yung director sa Region 6. Tama po ba?
Mr. Chair, I think that was the statement of our president then.
Okay, so General Morales was the one who said that. Ngayon po, kung ang criteria lang naman is yung services plus the days, binultiply ninyo, bakit po ang Region 6, particularly ang Iloilo, na-deprive, which is my home province, na-deprive din ng pondo, kung hindi pala favoritism to at may formula tayo?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I will check on what happened to the MOA, or I mean the requests sent, especially for Region 6, and we shall report on this.
Thank you so much. On Monday, Dr. Vargas, kindly please give us an update on this. I joined the Honorable Gasataya on his demand that Region 6 should be given its proper attention as regards COVID. Kailangan po naman, kung ang sabi natin may formula, wala po sanang palakasan kung sino yung magsasubmit, kung sino yung gagawa. Kung hindi, immediately, lahat ng ospital merong kagad recognition based particularly po ang public hospitals na mabigyan ng pagtulong dito sa problema ng COVID. So, Honorable Dan?
Mr. Chair, itong in relation to what you have said, yung average reimbursement per day ng hospital, di ba? Correct, Mr. Vargas?
Historical claims po.
Ito po yung kinukuha natin sa mga hospital, ba yung average reimbursement per day? Ang nag-i-issue nitong ARPD ay binibase nyo doon sa hospital. Is that right?
Base po natin doon sa data po natin.
Data na nanggaling sa hospital.
Ito po ay doon, binibase po natin, especially po doon sa amount ng ibinayad po natin. Last yun po mga...
Have you submitted that, Mr. Vargas, sa committee na ito? Yung pong mga ARPD?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Meron tayo. We have, Mr. Chairman.
Deputy Speaker Fernandez, yung pong circular nilang IRM, meron pong sinubmit. But as to the particular hospital, wala po.
Well, what I'm trying to say, Mr. Chairman, para makompute natin kung tama yung ginagawa nilang formulasyon, we need to find out the specific average reimbursement per day ng bawat HCIs. At imumultiply natin to doon sa number of days covered. Para makita natin kung yung distribution nyo ng IRM na nakalagay dito sa inyong pinadala. Actually, ito, galing to sa Senado eh. Kinunan ko lang sa TV to eh. Para makita ko yung mga distribution kahapon. Do you have a copy of this? Yung sinasabi ni Mr. Lim Siaco kanina that as of July 21, almost how much na tayo sa release ng IRM? Ilan na? As of July 21, ilan na nare-release natin sa IRM? 14 billion.
97 billion, Your Honor.
14 billion.
Tapos ang...
So ngayon, itong 14 billion ito is scattered to how many hospitals?
That is, Your Honor, 711 hospitals, Your Honor.
711 hospitals.
Facilities, Your Honor.
No. What's that?
Facilities.
Facilities. Okay. Can you give us, andyan pa yung copy nyo? Can you give us now yung copy ng 14 billion tapos 700 plus facilities na nakatanggap ng IRM? At based dito sa ginagawa po ninyong computation, we will try to compute kung talagang tama yung distribution nyo or meron kayong ginawang favoritism. Kasi kung sa formulation nyo, hindi nagtama yung pag-release nyo ng IRM, kitang-kita na, Mr. Chairman, that meron kayong pinapaboran. Can you kindly give us, Mr. Chairman? Kasi you have submitted this to the Senate eh. Ito yung ginawa niyong presentation eh. I saw it yesterday eh. So I just took the picture.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, naibigay na daw ng ating liaison sa committee po.
Meron ba tayo?
Listahan po ng nabigyan ng IRM po.
No. It's not the list, I think. It's not the list that Mr.
Ay, hiningi ko, Mr. Chairman, yung list ng mga...
top hospitals?
Hindi, kasi Mr. Chairman, para makita po natin kung yung distribution na sinasabi po nila sa lahat ng mga facilities is nagtatama doon sa formulation nila. Kasi nga, katulad niyan, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, tigi-tigisa lamang pala, nabigyan. Tapos meron dito, ang dami sa NCR. Well, hindi natin kina-question na NCR malaki. But, unfortunately, kung hindi tama yung pagdidistribute according sa inyong formulation, ibig sabihin there's something wrong, Mr. Chairman. Kaya nga gusto ko sana makuha ngayon yung as of July 21 na sinubmit ninyo sa Senado at wala pa po kaming kopya with corresponding amount. Ayan, makikita nyo yung kanina sinasabi ko na level 1 binigyan nyo ng mga 45 million yung panay Mr. Chairman, I think dito makikita natin kung talagang niloloko nila ang committee na to with regards dun sa formulation in relation to the releases of IRM. Meron po ba?
Deputy Speaker Fernandez, meron po silang binigay sa atin na listahan, level 1, level 2, and level 3. No, it's a long list. Meron po silang mahabang listahan, level 1, level 2, level 3. Nakalagay po doon yung pondo. Pero as to the formula for each hospital, wala na po doon. So, may we know in particular ano po yung gusto niyo?
Ang hinihingi ko po, Mr. Chairman, aside from that, is the average reimbursement per day.
Of all the hospitals?
Of all the hospitals.
How many hospitals are part of the IRM?
For example lang, Medical City, o magkano yung average reimbursement per day doon? Then, multiply mo doon sa number ng days covered.
Tama po, Honorable Deputy Speaker Fernandez. Pero ang ibig ko sabihin, how many hospitals do we have in IRM? 700?
Sir Chair, the released
No. How many hospitals identified under IRM?
5,000 plus, I think, for all the facilities.
Yes, you have that 5,000, but you have released only 729, if I'm not mistaken.
711
700 what?
as to date. 711.
711. 14 billion na i-distribute natin doon sa 711.
Yes po.
At ang
14.9
computation ninyo is based on the average reimbursement per day multiply sa number of days number of days covered. So yun ang gusto namin makita. Yung average reimbursement per day sa bawat ospital para malaman po natin kung tama itong ginawa niyong formulation. So meron ba kayong kopya ngayon ng average reimbursement per day? Can you kindly submit it to us, Mr. Chairman? At nasa ganun po ay makompute natin pagdating po ng Monday, mabalansi po natin to kung tama po yung ginawa nila, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, PhilHealth is requested to submit those.
Kaya nga, Mr. Chairman, yung average reimbursement per day ng bawat ospital at saka yung number of days covered.
Okay.
Okay, so may I continue, Mr. Chairman? May I continue? Okay, go ahead. Okay, tapos na po ba tayo sa case rate, Mr. Chairman? Tapos na.
Well, technically we are, pero siguro pwede pang ituloy ho sa, kasi ang ano ko, Deputy Speaker Fernandez, yung curfew natin, mayroon din mga nasa Zoom
Yeah.
na maaaring maipit.
So, Mr. Chairman,
yes.
I know, napagod na rin ang chairman. Hindi pa tayo kumakain at mga resource speakers na nandito po natin. Gusto niyo po ba ituloy o pagod na po kayo? Gusto niyo po bang magpahinga na? You can take a leave of absence kung gusto po ninyo. Kung gusto niyo. Well, anyway, Mr. Chairman, sige, I will not continue anymore my interpellation on the second issue that we're going to tackle sana. No? Ang susunod po natin sana itatakil ay tungkol na po sa IRM, sa IT, sa financial management, which I'll be tackling on the next hearing.
Deputy Speaker Fernandez, on Monday, our next hearing, you will be the first one, 9
Okay.
o'clock.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman. And I waited like 7 hours staying here with you. And I don't regret it. Dahil nga po, marami po tayong nadiskubre. At sana po lamang yung mga iimbitahan natin sa susunod, Mr. Chairman, ay please put strong words on the invitation para na sa ganun po ay hindi sila magdadahilan. Kung meron pa silang dahilan, pakita po yung medical certificate and we will validate na yung kanilang medical certificate is really true. Para na sa ganun, hindi po nagdadahilan yung iba nating iniimbitahan. So yun lamang po, Mr. Chairman, at maraming po salamat sa lahat ng ating mga resource speaker at sa iyo po, Mr. Chairman. Maraming po salamat sa pagbibigay mo ng pagkakataon na maliwanagan kahit sa ngayon po ay malabo pa ang mga sitwasyon na dapat po nating kaharapin. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman, at magandang gabi po sa atin lahat.
Thank you so much, Deputy Speaker Fernandez. Una po sa lahat, nais ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng guests natin dito. Para po sa akin, no, isang malaking indikasyon na kahit paano yung pagpunta nyo dito ay pagpapakita ng pagpapatotoo ninyo dun sa sitwasyon ng PhilHealth at yung sinasabi yung mga naging problema nung nakaraan. In fact, kanina ho, nung nagsabi kayo na pipirma kayo ng waiver doon sa AMLAC, ay napakalaking bagay po yan. At I think very well appreciated, hindi lamang namin, kundi ng buong bansa. In the next hearing ho, Dr. Pargas, if I may request, or Mr. Limsiaco, yung record po ng Cardinal Santos doon sa compromise agreement ninyo, hindi po to yung recent, sometime I think in 2011, at saka po yung perpetual succor. Itong perpetual succor, may kaso pa rin to hanggang sa ngayon at nakasama rin siya sa IRM. I just want to get the documents on this for our next hearing on the all case rates issue also. Sa susunod po na hearing, ang iti-take up po natin ay yung interim reimbursement mechanism, yung PhilHealth Finance, yung pondo po ng PhilHealth which is related. At pwede na ho din na tayong pumasok doon sa IT, yung tatlong topics na yon on Monday.
Peace.